Despite a very heavy schedule, I deputize a very active president, a man who has kept us on our toes to an extent that many people who joined this government are in deep thought whether it was the right thing to do. The president has given me 9 functions, well spelled out in the executive order, and he had 3. And the 10th one, that is deputizing him and carrying out duties assigned to me, carries 50% of my time. But despite all that, I had to come here because among my duties is to oversee intergovernmental relations between the 2 levels of government, to make sure that there is seamless relationship for the benefit of the people of Kenya. For me to succeed in that function, I need the Senate more than it needs me. That is the truth. That is why I'm here. And first and foremost, let me take this opportunity to congratulate those of you who are elected through the ballot and those who are specially elected, pongezi. And I want to say, I know, because I've gone through the ballot. Being elected is not a joke. 100,000 people who slept in different homes, turning up one morning and they have not met and agree that you are the right person is not a joke. And therefore, I want to say congratulations. And it is for that reason that I have told our officers in the National Government Administration, irrespective of which party you belong to, they must accord full respect to elected leaders. And they don't have a choice. It's not an option. It's a must. And we have told them, if you don't like the senator of this or that county, hiyo ni shauri yako. Provided wananchi walipenda yeye, that is your view. And your view is irrelevant in that matter. It is you as an officer of government who is posted in that county to find a working relationship with the elected leaders. And it's not the other way around. And in the unfortunate event that you cannot work together, you know very well who is to exit, because elected leaders cannot go on transfer. They belong there. And even if you don't like that leader, hata kama ako na jicho moja, huyo ndio wananchi walipenda. So we have asked them, and you have seen since we came to office, the harassment that was there on elected leaders, by administrators, by security officers, is a thing of the past. And we have told the county commissioners and the OSPDs and the DCIOs, we don't need them to help us to do our politics. We have enough lobby groups. Friends of Ruto, Wamama na Ruto, Walebo na Ruto, sijui nini. We don't even know what to do with the people who are helping us with the politics. We have told administrators and police to do what they are paid to do and keep off politics. And we have told them, in any case, it's only somebody foolish who can ask them to help you in politics, because where they tried, they failed. So if you try to get people who cannot help you, you are going to fail. I want to say that the role of the Senate in making devolution work cannot be overemphasized. And I appeal to you in a very robust manner to oversight the county governments and make them work and make sure that every cent appropriated to them is used for the benefit of the people in your county. Please, that is a duty that you have. You owe it to the electorate, you owe it to God, and you owe it to humanity. Please oversight the county governments, but do so with responsibility. I also want to add that the issue of unbundling the devolved functions of the counties is one thing that President William Ruto, in his inaugural speech on 13th September in Kasarani, committed his government to do so. We have scheduled a summit meeting followed by an informal retreat with our 47 governors next week to discuss this matter and conclude it at that level. And to precede that decision, In the supplementary budget, we have proposed 90 million shillings that the IGTRC have asked to facilitate them to unbundle those functions. And you know, once unbundled, resources follow functions. So that is something that we have a commitment, and next week we are going to do it. Why the president has agreed to sit with the Senate, with the governors for 3 days informally, it is because of his level of commitment to the success of the devolution. Before we came to office, the summit was never convened. And many things that would have been dealt with at that forum were not done. We have committed ourselves to have the summit meet regularly. And again, we are going to have informal discussions. One of the things we want to agree with the governors is that this issue of going to court between the two levels of government is unfair to the people of Kenya. The lawyers of the governors are paid by the people of Kenya. The lawyers of the national government are paid by the people of Kenya. It is a loss to the people of Kenya. And most of those things we can agree by sitting down and talking informally before we can formalize them. I'll be extending an invitation to the Speaker and the House leadership to come and also talk to the governors and have an interaction so that if there are issues that you think you need to raise at that level informally and that can help in creating a good relationship, you'll have the opportunity to do so. In matters IBEC that I chair, I agree with the bullfighter, my good friend. It is the role of Parliament to appropriate funds. All we are trying to do is to be decent. We are trying to see whether we can arrive at something that is acceptable to everybody so that when the matter comes to you, your work is much easier. The previous administration had encouraged the National Assembly to view the Senate as their enemies. And that is not the case and should never be the case. Our leader here of majority and the chief whip know they have clear instructions from the president that the Senate and the National Assembly are not enemies. The leaders of the National Assembly are properly guided that they must seek a good working relationship between the two houses of Parliament for the benefit of the people of Kenya. We therefore believe that most of these things can be sorted out where the two houses are not antagonistic. And that must start with the President and I by respecting the Senate so that our leaders in the National Assembly can follow suit. You know when the leader shows Madharau, the junior people just follow suit. All these county commissioners who are disrespecting elected leaders, it is because that disrespect was being shown openly. Leaders were making abusive remarks about elected leaders in the presence of the civil servants. So they knew that is the official policy. Ourselves, we have told them, in private and in public, any elected leader, it doesn't matter from what formation, must be accorded due respect. And we have told them to try and get elected and see how difficult it is. And therefore, they must have that respect. Finally, I want to say that we'll try on our part, and Speaker will agree as early as next week when you can pass by, we have a chat, to create a good working relationship. Many people who are in Kenya Kwanza know me. I'm a very easy guy. Those who are not with us, please don't believe what you read in the social media and in the other media about me. I'm a very easy guy. I'm a guy who have come from nowhere with nothing to where God has put me. I've remained a very humble person. I respect everybody's opinion and I listen very keenly. So I would like to have a very good working relationship with the Senate and the leadership because we need each other. And I need you much more than you need me for me to succeed in that function I've been given by the President. So my office is open. We are available 24/7. We have no other work to do ourselves. Myself and the President, we are through with educating our children. We have no other work to do other than to serve the people of Kenya on a daily basis. And that is why when there was trouble in Kericho, I looked for the MCAs and I told them that that situation is unacceptable. They cannot store development in Kericho, and they cannot have Kericho being in the press for all the wrong reasons, and they have been properly aligned. I am working on Meru, and I want to thank you for the decision that you made in the Senate. Meru, for me and President William Ruto, is a critical county in our scheme of politics and mathematics. And we would not want Meru to go the wrong way. I have met the members of parliament. I have met the MCs. I have met the governor. And on Monday, we have a discussion. I am going to mediate to create peace and harmony in Meru County for the development of the people of Meru to proceed without problems. I hope there will be no other problems elsewhere. In an unfortunate event that there are problems elsewhere, I'm available, because we must make devolution work. And there is no way there will be progress in the midst of noise and conflict. We will try from where we sit to mediate and create peace and harmony among elected leaders for the benefit of the people of Kenya. So I want to say I'm very grateful that you called me here, and I look forward. I was in the National Assembly. I had friends in the Senate. I have many friends here. Others will become friends. And we are easy. Call on us anytime. And we have no issue with anybody. Sometimes we may make very serious pronouncement out there. It depends on the circumstances of what is happening. So today we have no reason to say anything acrimonious, because that's the way the situation is. But that does not tie us that if situations change, we will not comment. You know, this morning, Bonnie, I've received more than 200 invitations to attend Harambes. You know, the Uhuru government had taken my money. It was released yesterday. Now, everybody is planning for that money. That's the world we live in. Kila mtu ananialika Harambee, because it sounds like a lot of money. So that is the situation. And because I'm a son of my mouth, the Mau people are saying it's their money. So this is the world we live in. So from time to time, we will say one or two things. And I want to say, we want to ask the Senate to back the President and the Executive in ensuring that everybody must pay tax. It doesn't matter who you are. We are going to develop this country with our own resources, because we have stopped borrowing. Because we are saying, if you are in a hole, don't continue digging. First stop digging and figure out how to get out of the hole. And one of the ways of getting out of the hole is collecting tax from everybody. It doesn't matter how far back it goes. And also stopping exemptions. Nobody will be exempted from paying tax in this country. And if you want to be exempted from paying tax, you buy an advert in the newspaper and apply to the people of Kenya. The President, the CS National Treasury, will not exempt anybody from paying taxes. So let those who have not been paying taxes not get jittery. Just make arrangements. You have not been paying tax, well, lipa kodi. And if you have a problem with what we are asking you to pay, we are open for discussion. You can come, we agree on how to, a plan on how to pay kidogo kidogo. You can pay us $1 billion every month mpaka umalize. Kuna shida? Kuna haja kupiga kelele? Ya Mungu ni ya Mungu, ya Kaisari ni ya Kaisari. It's very simple. It's in the Bible. What we are doing is what is in the Bible. Tax you must pay. And everybody must pay tax. Senators, you pay tax. Your pay slip is there. Unalipa kodi hapo. Kama wewe ni senator umechaguliwa unalipa tax, hata wewe utalipa. Hata ukipiga kelele, hata ukienda wapi, kodi utalipa. And that is, and there is no negotiation, because how we are collecting 2.2 trillion against a budget of 3.6 trillion. All the 2.2 trillion is enough for servicing public debt and paying salaries. We have to borrow money for development. And that money we are borrowing for development, the people who are in office, they were lending money from government to their own banks at 14%, at 12%. this country was sinking into a hole that will not get out. So we stopped that borrowing, and we are saying, instead of borrowing, let those who owe Kenya money pay. And that money we shall collect, and there is no discussion, and there is no let-off, and we will not be intimidated because we have a responsibility to the people of Kenya. The issue we had with the Council of Governors is a simple matter. They're asking for 425. CRI is saying, in our scheme of mathematics, you can give 407. The national government is saying, that is good. 425 is good. We can give it to you, but we don't have it. 407 is even better, but we don't have it. We only have 380. So, if you want to hang us, we are helpless. If you want to remove our trousers and whip us on the buttock, go ahead. We don't have the money. Na sisi ni watu ya kuongea ukweli. What we don't want to do is to cheat governors that will give the money that we don't have. They were promised 50 billion, it never came. We are having problems giving them the disbursements every month. We are 3 months behind. So we are asking them, if what was in the budget, 370, we have been unable to give you, if we give you 425, it will just be a lie. President William Ruto and I are Christians. We saw with the Bible before God and the people of Kenya